Good morning, Pisces. This is going to be your weekly reading. I was really trying to get out ahead of the game and have my readings done early, but somehow I still ended up at the same time that I started at. But since time is just an illusion, remember, there is no time, there's only energy. We're right where we need to be at, and the energy is right for me to do the Pisces reading today. So I did also want to say that I've been divinely guided to also incorporate into my readings twin flame readings, twin flame divine partner readings, which I said I wouldn't do, but I'm doing it completely different than anyone else does. So if you are on a twin flame journey and you would like to check that out, I did upload that yesterday. And I'm also going to be doing an all signs reading. So watch for that. I'm hoping to get that done this evening because tomorrow's the 1st, and y'all know my sales are like really busy on the 1st, so that's another reason I was trying to get all my videos done today, but that's another story. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and get started. We have the Ten of Swords. And I want to say that the overall energy for this reading is recovery. So I am showing that you have been through a lot recently, the past few months. And I know that because I've been with you doing energy reports and updates and stuff. But this is that whole left for dead, just feeling abandoned, rejected, heartbroken, losing jobs, losing romance, just whatever it is that's happened in your life. You're at the end of it. This is the end of that cycle, because brand new things are coming in. And you cannot change the past. There are no mistakes if you learn from it. So the message that's really been coming through with these cards, because I studied them for a few minutes before I just hopped on, is to really take the lessons that you've learned and really apply them so that these things do not come back around again. Lessons will repeat until you learn them. So, and you can't change the outcome because everything is being divinely guided, and you just have to believe that, and you have to have faith in your soul plan. To clarify that card, we have the Emperor. And like I said, when I was studying the cards, I do read intuitively, but I do have a book for these new manga tarot, which I really, really love, that I've been using as, clarifiers also, is really try to come up with a solution that works for everybody. Be in this Emperor energy where you really do take what you've learned and use it to help others. There's always a bright side to everything, and anything that's happened to you really is going to make you more sympathetic and more empathetic towards other people. Because I'm really feeling very strongly that your soul purpose for a lot of you is helping others. And so we have to understand we are divine beings having human experiences. And you came here to learn these things. You came here to learn about human experiences. And how do we do that? We do that by attracting different lessons into our lives. So do not judge them or consider them mistakes. Forgive all the people involved. Forgive yourself for any thing that you might feel like you messed up at, because like I said, there are no mistakes on this journey. But do take those things that you have learned give you a deeper depth, a deeper understanding of human suffering. And like I said, I'm feeling very strongly from these cards that some of you are even being divinely guided to enter into different types of jobs or that are your soul purpose. Like this is my soul purpose, what I'm doing now. I'm hoping it'll pay the bills. This has to do with my own fears and doubts, which is where I'm at right now, where I still have quite a few fears and doubts, and I'm still pretty insecure about my channel, and I'm working on it. But this is my soul's purpose. And, just like I was telling myself yesterday, my numbers have gone down a little bit. My stats have gone down. At first, I was like, wow, look at me. And my ego just went crazy, because I really wanted that fame and that recognition. And then, my numbers went down significantly. And then I thought, you know what? Maybe I should start doing readings, kind of like how I was in the beginning. Your divine lovers coming in. You're going to hit the lottery, shit like that. Because people love those taglines and they flock to that. And then I thought, no, I'm just going to give it to people straight because I want people to be able to manifest. I don't want to, just tell you some bullshit. And I'm not saying other readers are telling you bullshit. But I want to tell you how you can align to your highest possible outcome. So with that being said, the message that came through to me from Spirit yesterday was, and I'm off the subject a little bit, I'm going to try to tie it in, was the people who are meant to view your videos are going to. And it's not about fame. This is your sole purpose. And you are spreading messages that a lot of people need to hear. And the right people will find my videos. So I'm going to stop worrying about numbers because that's ego-based. And try to clear my fears and my insecurities right now. But understand, like I said, this is my sole purpose. So the overall energy that I am getting from this Pisces reading today is that everything that's happened, just like everything that's happened to me, helps me to understand human conditions better, and I'm able to step into my soul purpose, and this is where you are at. All right, we have the Death card. And so whatever this is here, this had to happen. Because for one thing, and I always come from a point of, my twin flame journey, which really taught me a lot. And I really learned to not be fearful of losing things. Of being more fluid and letting people come and go and not holding on to things so tightly, because sometimes people have to go out and they have to come back to us. So that message is coming through too. Like if you have lost somebody that you love, this is teaching you true love, because it's real easy to say you love somebody when you have them, when you possess them. But that's not truly love, that's fear-based. So when they actually go out from you, or you send them out, or they leave you, this is really leaves you to really face whatever comes up as a result, any type of fears, and you really learn a more pure type of love, because you can still love that person from afar, and it's more unconditional. And then once you mature and you grow, a brand new beginning can come in. But don't sit around and wait on that to happen. Do continue living and growing and expanding, because needing nothing attracts everything. So really kind of get out of that energy of needing people, of needing things, of needing circumstances, of needing situations, and really become more grounded and more self-centered. People think that being self-centered is bad. It's not. You need to put yourself first, even if you're a parent, because you will be a better parent, a better spouse, a better partner, a better employee, just by putting yourself first and fulfilling your own needs, filling your own cup first. And to clarify that card, we have, I create mindful moments throughout the day, reminding myself I am love and miracles are natural. You don't know how many times I have seen it. I've seen it in my own personal experience. You think all is lost. I've lost this person for good. They don't want me anymore. They've rejected me. They've abandoned me. I've had to really face myself. And then I've learned and I've grown from it. I've faced my demons. I've learned what real love is and what it isn't. And it's not about possession. It is about being fluid and letting people have their space and have their freedom and come back to you. It happens. It's miraculous. You start magnetizing people back into your life. And if they're not meant to be in your life, then someone better will come along. And I know that triggers people when I say that, because they want who they want. But sometimes wanting something or desiring it so badly will keep it away. We have the King of Coins. And the King of Coins is all about practicality. He's very meticulous, and this is an overthinking energy, and I swear every single sign this week has had this card. This is, and the message that I'm getting for you, Pisces, is this is taking those experiences, those hurtful experiences that you've had, and now you're real guarded. It's like you've gone back into your shell again. You know, you were out of your shell, you put yourself out there, really took a chance and it didn't work out and it scared you. So then you crawled back in your shell again. And now you're scared to take a chance again. You know, which is all right, because you might need to be in that hermit mode for a while, really go within and really face whatever fears have came up. But don't block yourself off from people who care about you. And don't be so introverted that you don't let others in. Because I am showing that you do have a support network right now. And that don't become dependent on others. And the other message that's coming through is don't hop right into another relationship as a band-aid. You want that band-aid off so that those wounds can heal. You don't want to cover it up. You don't want to mask the pain with substances or overworking or with another partner. That message came through. To clarify that, we have the action card. And what I'm getting with this is do get done. Like I said, it's one thing to be at home and be a hermit and just kind of be introverted and sit around. And I know when I went through my thing, I sat in the house all the time alone, and I drank and smoked and obsessed and worried and stressed. And I really had to get out of that. I really had to get out of the house. I wasn't taking care of my self needs. I wasn't keeping up with my housework. I wasn't doing things that I loved. Things that really made me happy I wasn't doing. So I really had to make myself get out of the house and start living again. And that is a beautiful energy, because once you do that, the energy starts flowing and it's not stagnant anymore. And that message is coming through. We have the Three of Coins, and I had looked up this card here, and it's all about teamwork. And understand the basic premise for every tarot card is the same, but every book for every deck, the definition is different. And I really, really like the definitions of these cards here, just to give you like a basis, you know, something to start with. But anyway, this is about teamwork, and what I am getting with this is get out with friends, go out to the movies, go out to eat. Don't be completely isolated. Definitely reach out to people and express your needs if you need to talk, but understand you're going to have boundaries with people, because I know I got to the point where all I did was talk about it. And people got sick of hearing the shit. And so then I felt some kind of way, so then I pulled back more. So do what I have found with situations that we deem to be shitty is really don't talk about it too much, because we anchor it in. We want it to be able to move out of the way. So do be more self-focused, pull it back, focus on yourself. When I say express your needs and talk to others, maybe about your feelings, about how you feel, but not about the situation itself. Be real careful. It's a fine line there between feeding a situation energetically and reaching out and expressing your feelings to close friends and family. And to clarify that card, we have recovery, comeback, and revival. So basically what I'm getting with this is that you are going to come back. This is going to, right now it's a little tough, but it's going to get a lot easier, because miracles do happen. And this is teaching you to love yourself more. And even if something comes up, or let's say, for example, you are blaming yourself for something that happened. Maybe you slip back into an old pattern. Maybe, you feel like you messed up. In the example, and I'm going to try to pull this all together. The example that I had given the other day was a lot of times we get scared. And when we get scared, we fall back into our old patterns again because they're familiar. But that has to happen to show us that the glory days were not all that they were cracked up to be. Back in the day when we were a player, or we were free, or we were this, or we were that, was not all it was cracked up to be. And so sometimes we have to fall back into that pattern to be able to release that and realize, you know what? That wasn't all that. And what I did have was much better, but I didn't see it. So now let me take this this opportunity to really work on myself to try to figure out why I was stuck in that pattern to begin with. Why was I guarded? Why was I scared to really open my heart in the first place? What happened? Where did that begin? And that's how you do that. I know I've had to do much reflection, much soul searching. And I have to be constantly mindful because sometimes my mind will want, or my ego, which is mentally based, will want to create stories in my head again. And I have to pull it back. I have to say, no, I'm creating right now as I speak with my thoughts in my imagination. I'm creating scenarios. So I want to clear those. We have the Ace of Wands. And basically the message that I got with this card is that you are going to have so many opportunities coming your way. And you're going to have the opportunity to really do what really feeds your soul purpose, whatever that might be. And I don't know why the message just came up, drug counselor, or, if you've struggled with addiction, being able to help others with that. But really stepping into your soul purpose, and these opportunities are going to come for you. Yes, come for you. You're going to manifest them. Your soul's going to magnetize those things in. When I looked up the definition of this card, it's about signs and really paying attention to any signs that are coming in from the universe. I know I had a financial situation that I have been worried about. And I started seeing a sign, like literally a billboard sign over and over again that had the message that I was looking for. So do really pay attention to any signs right now, because I'm really receiving the message that is how you'll get in touch with your soul purpose. Whatever feeds your soul. All right, and I'm learning my Roman numerals, so bear with me. I don't want to sound ignorant. Okay, this is the 6 of coins. I don't know how I missed that in school. I think I know up to 10, and then it gets hairy. And so this is all about charity. This is all about giving back. And even though I did say that you need to be self-focused, which you do, in a sense, aligning to your soul purpose. And really, this is focused on yourself, because this is what makes you happy. Really find what makes you happy. I know when I went through my heartbreak, Christmas of 2017, I was very charitable. I was like, I'm sitting in this house all by myself. I'm working myself to death because I don't want to be home alone drinking and stuff. And so I'm making all this money. My family isn't really fucking with me right now. I don't really have anybody in the whole world. So I went out and gave out money to homeless people. I'm like, here's 50 for Christmas. I literally did that. And it made me feel better because I kind of shifted the focus from my own pain to others. And it really did help me. And it was crazy at the time, but, I was going through something. To clarify that card, we have the Don't Live to 94 without founding an art movement. The practical should also be art. Does your geometry lack poetry? And so what I'm getting with this, with the art and with the poetry, is expression. Finding a way to express your pain of whatever it is that you're going through right now that's difficult. Journal. If you're an artist, paint. Listen to music. You know, if you're a musician, make music. Spend more time in nature. Really connect to anything that will align to your soul and that will kind of be a balm to your soul and to your heart. I know music has really been really a big one for me, and I journal. I have a whole blog that I've been writing in since November 2016, since I had soul recognition in September 2016. I have been writing ever since. And just because people got tired of hearing my problems, that became my best friend. And I really have been able to work through a lot of things by blogging. Do check that out. I'll put the link to my blog in the description of the video in case anyone's interested. Reading about my mundane life. It's really not very mundane, by the way. My life is actually more exciting than you would expect living in a small town in Indiana. But anyway, we have the Queen of Wands. And the Queen of Wands is all about power. All about manifesting ability. And really creating the type of reality that she wants. So focus right now on creating the life that you want. That's the point that I finally got to. I was like, you know what? I'm going to fix my house up the way I want it. I'm going to get some hobbies, some interest. I'm going to step into my soul purpose. And then I was much happier. And then the thing that I wanted the most in the world started coming towards me because I was in the perfect energy for it. I started magnetizing it back. That's why I said about miracles. I have these postcards from Spirit, and bear with me because I'm going to try to get it nearly blind. I need to go to the eye doctor. Dearest you, let us ask you, are you looking for happiness outside of your everyday moment-to-moment experience and thinking you will find happiness out there someday? So many go chasing a magical it out there, but it never could be found there. So we want to share a secret that shouldn't be a secret. You are pure joy. What made you is pure joy. And every time you wake up and even when you sleep, you have joy waiting to be expressed inside of you. Joy and happiness and fullness come from doing joy, being joy, knowing it, cultivating it, lighting it in your heart so you can share it. You must know this. When the time comes, you'll be fully free, and your joyful being and actions will turn you into a beacon of starlight. Look within and be joyful, even for tears and loss, for they mean you have lived, really lived. Jump into it all and love every minute. We all love you like crazy over here. Beautiful. And you know what I've been doing? I have like a whole stack of these cards. And when I pull one to clarify on one of these other cards, I turn it over and I don't look at it. Because I don't want it to influence the rest of the reading. Because it's always so amazing and miraculous when I do turn it over. And it completely fits with everything I've been saying. I just love that. It's so beautiful. And I have some new fortune-telling cards. I love these, and I do read these intuitively. I mean, I've been using these forever, and I love these, but it's nice to have a new deck of fortune-telling cards. Sudden wealth. So what I'm getting with this, but this is not necessarily money. This is joy and abundance. This is really focusing on the things that you have to be grateful for. Don't focus on the things that you've lost, but focus on, friends and family. If you do have a support team on your side, be thankful. I had to do it without anybody. So be very thankful if you have people that are there that are supporting you. All my friends and family abandoned me. I was completely alone, and I felt some kind of way towards people for a long time. But I know that had to happen because otherwise I would have used them as crutches, and I was learning how not to be codependent. And so it had to happen that way. But man, so do really be grateful for everything that you have right now. We have, this here says the mouse denotes loss by theft. Nearby it denotes recovery after great difficulty. And so that's what I'm taking with that, is that whole revival, that loss and recovery. And this is the energy that you're in right now. But don't judge it, because like I said, everything has had to happen exactly how it is in order for you to grow. So do grow. It says the heart signifies great joy when near. So do keep your heart open. Do that. You know, even though you've been hurt, do keep your heart open. I know it's scary, but just really have faith and believe. And don't let this, whatever has happened, change you to where you get cold and distant. And do still be loving and caring. And forgive yourself. Forgive others. That message came through too. But this is your weekly reading, Pisces, and they've been getting a little longer lately. So many messages are coming through, and so I've just been going with it. So if you don't mind my videos being about a half hour long, that seems to be what they've been averaging. But do watch for an all signs reading very soon. Thank you.